Okay, what in the world do we have here?
This is an Apple IIGS computer from 1988.
State of the art.
Absolutely. Decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my Apple IIGS computer. I loved this computer. It was my favorite thing as a kid. Yeah, I got to play all sorts of great video games.
IIGS? Isn't that 86 or 87?
I think they originally came out around 86 or 87, but the manufacture date on this one is 88.
Must have been the last one made.
Could be.
Apple computers started back in 1976 with 3 guys in a garage. Things have changed quite a bit since then.
Let me see it. Whoa, 3.5-inch floppies.
Oh, yeah. Got some 5-inch ones down below, too. Okay, here is the CPU. All the original manuals.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. Sweet, F1 racer. I'm gonna work the night shift tonight so I can play this.
That wouldn't be working.
And
Power. And
I think it's broke.
any day now.
Be patient, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna bring you back to 1987 when you had hair.
Yeah, so how do you play this thing, chump?
I play it like a G, I don't know how you play it.
Options. I don't know how to make the car go forward.
You suck. You're in last place. Oh! Let a professional show you how it's done. I can play this all day.
Even though it's way out of date, there's still a huge collector's market for old Apple computers. Some people even turn them into fish bowls. They're called Macquariums. I'm not kidding.
So what did you want to do with it? You want to pawn it or sell it?
I'll sell it.
So how much do you want for it?
Hoping to get maybe a few hundred.
Deal.
No. I will give you $50 for it.
Well, for that much, I think I'd rather just keep it and play it occasionally.
It's a 23-year-old computer. I'm assuming I'm going to sell it to somebody who's going to turn it into a fish tank.
Well, seems like he's ready to use it all day.
I'll give you $75.
I don't think I want to go that low. Willing to go 150?
I'll give you $100 for it. I'm going to sell it as a novelty. $100?
Okay.
All right. Go right her up, chum, and then put it away.
All right, just leave it hooked up right here. I'll meet you over there.
I was hoping for more. I thought it would be worth a lot more, but guess it's just not worth that much.
What you got here?
It's a 1983 Seiko TV Watch, as seen in the James Bond film Octopussy.
No way, dude. You have the watch from Octopussy?
Yep,
What's cooler than wearing the same watch as James Bond?
exactly. It's the original smartwatch. I got the TV Watch when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I won it in a raffle from a jewelry store. I got to play with it once or twice and then got put back in the box, probably because I was a 9-year-old. I was hoping to get about $800 for it, and I'd like to see what they want to offer me for it, see what it's worth.
Oh, this thing's sweet. In the 1980s, Seiko was just ahead of their time when it came to watches. They were innovative, and they were pushing the market just to a whole new level. I mean, Seiko had a couple other watches at the time. They had one that had recording technologies and even made a computer functioning watch. We're talking the 1980s. When this watch came out, there was nothing like it. This was actually the smallest TV set in the world. It's funny to think this is a smartwatch now because it's got this big giant receiver right here. And I imagine you gotta put this in your pocket, walk around with it.
Yeah, the idea was you hook this wire up to the watch and then run it up your sleeve and keep that thing in your shirt pocket.
And I think they even recommended that you hook a wire up so you can watch it on your VCR.
You might be able to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I never got to do that.
Does it work?
I think it does. I mean, the watch itself keeps time. I actually haven't turned it on to see if the TV comes through in quite some time, so.
Okay, well, you got the plug right here.
Yeah.
Mind if I try it out?
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. Back in the day, this watch was considered super high tech, and everybody wanted it. It's in really great condition, so I can probably find a buyer for it. Or I can take it home myself.
Oh, switch it to TV.
The
It's got the fuzzy signal.
Imagine you don't get an adapter for this. You can't actually get a picture on it. So,
How much are you looking for?
I've seen them sell online for upwards of about $1,000 and was hoping to get like $800 out of it.
I just don't see it bringing that much. I think we sold one for right around $300.
Yeah, you know, was it in this good a condition? I mean, this is all original, very clean. It's got the full box. It's even got the instructions.
But you gotta understand, as cool as it is, you know, it's just a collector's item because you can't actually watch TV on it. I mean, we're looking at like 150 bucks.
Could you do a little bit more, like, you know, like 250?
I really couldn't. I'm pretty much stuck at 150.
At 150, not even like 200, huh?
No, I mean, I just don't know if I'm gonna get 300 out of it, you know?
All right, what about 175? You said you'd probably get 275 out of it. How about 175 and we'll call it a deal?
I could do 175.
All right, let's do it.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right, thanks.
Just meet me over here at the counter.
All right, sounds good. I'll take the 175 bucks that I got today and go have some fun with it. My folks can't take that one away from me. I'm old enough now.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Okay. Oh, whoa. This is like the first one.
The very first Walkman.
Where did you get this?
I collect Walkmans, and I got this one in Japan.
Ah, cool. Can I take it out?
Go ahead.
I remember in 1985, if you had the little Walkman, you were like the coolest thing on the
That's
planet.
right.
And this changed everything.
I'm at the pawn shop to sell my Sony Guys and Dolls Special Edition Walkman. I would like to get $1,000 to take my family on vacation, but I'm not going to take less than $600.
Sony came out with this and sort of changed portable music altogether. I mean, it truly was revolutionary. Before this, there really wasn't anything that was portable and practical.
Right.
There was transistor radios that were before this, but quite frankly, they sucked. There was terrible reception. They were mono, they weren't stereo. You know, the cassette tape, you know, basically came out in 1979. There was the boom boxes and everything like that, but you can't really go jogging with like a boom box on your shoulder, you know what I mean? When they first came out with it, they thought it would be rather rude to be walking around with headphones on, so they put 2 headphone jacks in it, and all their advertising were 2 people listening to music. And they very quickly realized that people didn't have a problem being antisocial and walking around with headphones on. And almost 30 years, I've yelled at kids for doing that. So does it work?
It does. I've got a tape right here that I can play.
Okay. I know there was like a really limited number of them they put the Guys and Dolls on.
Correct. That's the one that everybody wants.
It's a neat thing to be having on your shelf. How much you want for it?
I would like to get $1,000 for this Walkman.
I'll give you 600 bucks for it. 600 bucks is a really fair price.
700. I'll throw in the tape. Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever, the tape is? All right, you got a deal. I'll meet you right over there, and we'll do some paperwork.
All right.
This thing's great.
You got some pretty sweet dance moves over there. What are you doing, dude?
Nothing.
I saw you cutting the rug over there.
I know I can't dance, all right?
You're over there vibing, though. What do you got going?
This right here is the original Walkman dual headphone jack. Guys and Dolls version.
Let me see. This thing has a mic, too. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I listen with you? I think I got some headphones around here.
Sure, you can listen. I got some things to do. You gotta come with me.
Listen to stuff on your phone.
Hater alert. Plug me in.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What is that? If it keeps him entertained for a while, fine.
What do we have here?
I brought in my Commodore 64 computer. I've got all the manuals, the computer, printer.
In 1982, I got one of these things, and I actually wrote a spreadsheet on it. And then when I want to print out a report, I'd press a button and wait for like 15 minutes, and then it would print.
I bought the computer in the early 80s and used it for a few years. updated it, and now it's been sitting in my garage. I'd like to sell it just to clean things out and maybe get a few bucks to go out to dinner.
This is absolutely amazing. For the time, it was really, really innovative. They figured out a way to package a computer, you know, keyboard, everything in this little box, and it didn't need a monitor because you could plug it straight into your TV. God, it doesn't seem like that long ago. So, does it work?
It works. You want to plug it in?
Yeah, let me plug it in. Jose, can you grab me one of the old computer monitors?
Yes, sir.
So, did you use it much?
Kind of like you, I bought it early, found out that I could get something better a few years later, and it's been boxed up sitting in my garage ever since.
Okay. When was the last time you turned this thing on?
Probably a couple of years.
Look at that. That's great. With 64K RAM system, 38,911 basic bytes free. So just by turning it on, you took up almost half the memory. See?
Rick. You got to be interested, right?
I'm interested in it. So how much you want for this thing?
I think $250 would be fair.
You know, I'll give you got all this, remember, but there's so many of them out there, it's not really what you consider a collectible. Some nerd is gonna put this on a shelf with something on the screen going in the background in the corner of his office or something like that. Can I give you $100?
I guess I could go down to 175.
125?
How about we split the difference and go 150?
You got a deal.
Good.
I'll meet you right up front, we'll do some paperwork.
Great.
I can almost guarantee you there's another nerd out there just like me that's gonna love this thing.
So what do we got here, man?
We got a 1915 comptometer. It's the first calculator that was ever made. It was my grandmother's. I found it in the garage.
Is this what you used to count jelly beans with when you were a kid?
No, son, it's not. It's probably what I'm going to hit you with or drop it on your foot, something.
Coming in today to try to sell my 1915 comptometer. Back in the 1930s, my grandmother was a payroll accountant. One of the reasons I want to sell this comptometer today is because I have a calculator and it works a whole lot better and does a lot more and it's a lot smaller and lightweight.
Have you messed around with it? Does it work?
Yeah, I've played with it. My daughter's played with it. It works.
And this is the actual manual?
Yeah, this is the actual manual. It was in the box with this. It's got my grandmother's name in it, so.
I can't believe you have the manual with it. I mean, that is pretty cool. I mean, I know that Burroughs started actually making calculators right around the late 1800s. After every entry, you'd have to crank it, real similar to a cash register. This is just cool.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was high tech. I went in the Navy in the late 50s, and believe it or not, we used a manual to do our payroll and stuff.
So what do you want to do with it?
Sell it.
How much did you want for it?
$250.
There's no way we go 250.
I would give you like $75 for it because I think I could probably get 150 with the manual.
No more?
No more. 75 would be it. I mean, if it was worth more, I'd pay you more. It's just not.
75's good.
Okay, well, deal. Let's do some paperwork.
Good.
You don't have to spend a lot on every item. It's all about profit margin. I stand to make like 50% on this deal, and that puts me in there for the $500 payout at the end of the month.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
What do we got here?
It's a ViewMaster 3D projector.
Okay, you want to open it up for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I know these things became really popular in the 1930s. Yeah, what it was is there was this little round disc you would put inside there, and then you would click that down, and it would just turn the disc, and it would give you like a 3D version of it on the wall. You know, people didn't travel like they do now. You know, my oh my, how we forget, you know, living in the 21st century.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell my ViewMaster 3D projector. I got the projector from my grandparents' attic. The overall condition is in pretty good condition for how old it is. It's just been sitting in a closet, and I'm just looking to get rid of it. I'm hoping to sell it for $200.
This is interesting.
It was almost like a little mini vacation. You got to see sights from around the world, and it's like a 3D view. That's what these things were used for. But typically it was used in schools a lot to see, like, this is what the Eiffel Tower looks like if you're standing in front of it.
Okay.
Taj Mahal, whatever you wanted, it was all on these little discs. It was almost kind of like you were there. The military used them for training, for kind of going through battle plans. So, you can see how important it was to, to be able to blast a big, giant picture of a battlefield in the 40s. Rather than just sitting there with a giant, like, geographical map, you could just project it on the wall, and it kind of gave an entire room of an idea of what they were going into. They served a purpose for a while, but as soon as modern video came out, this thing just kind of went the way of the dinosaur.
Okay.
So, do you have any of the discs with it or anything?
No, this is the only thing that they had up there with it.
You got the power cord or anything with it?
No.
What are you looking to do with it?
Sell it.
Any idea on what you're looking to get out of it?
200.
Okay. If you had maybe some discs and a power cable and stuff like that with it, I could maybe see going somewhere near there, but as it sits, I'd offer you $50.
How about 100?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $80 and I'll take the boat anchor off your hands.
All right.
Deal?
Yep.
Meet you over there.
Okay. I sold it for $80 and I'm good with that. I mean, I was missing parts and that weren't there and they took it off my hands.
What is that?
This is a Reynolds 1910 envelope sealer.
Okay. Can you imagine if you worked for the power company, licking closed, a few thousand power bills a day? You go home like, ha, ha, ha.
I acquired it at an estate sale. I'd like to sell it because it's taking up space in my house. I'd like to get about $400. I would probably spend the money on a birthday present for my husband. His birthday's next week.
This is really neat. This is something that definitely made a company's business easier. And when this thing was in proper working order and you had a great operator, it was doing 50 to 100 envelopes a minute. I love it. I mean, there's things that they did back then they don't do today. I mean, you don't see gold leafing on office equipment anymore. And this right here, they could have made this for a little less money, but it wouldn't have looked good. In this time period, aesthetics were very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 1900s, this envelope sealer was actually pretty high tech. It eventually evolved into an automatic version. And today, those machines can do 15,000 envelopes an hour. So how did this thing exactly work?
The sticky part of the envelope would be here, fed through this way.
Through there.
Yeah. Come out, and then from what I figured out was that you had to close it, push it through these other series of rollers.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool. So you want to sell it?
I'd like to, yes.
How much you want for it?
I was thinking about 400.
It's more of a decorator thing than it is a collector thing, you know what I mean? Weird little things like this go for a couple $100 in this size. I'll give you 100 for it.
Can you do 100 and a half?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 125 for it.
135.
125 for it.
135. come on.
120. Just because I'm a wonderful human being, I will go 130.
All right, 130.
Thanks. All right, follow me and we'll do some paperwork on it.
Okay. I took $130 for it because I really just didn't want to have to take it home again.